Uh, all right, hello. My name is John Jenkins, and I'm recording a video. Why are some people poor? Now, I'm from Chicago. I'm a black man from Chicago. I was born homeless, and I grew up in the housing projects on the west side of Chicago. So I started out on the house in the housing projects on the west side of Chicago. Uh, Born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I have the experience of being surrounded. I have the experience of having been surrounded on all sides by abject poverty. The thing about the thing about the projects that people don't know is that those project buildings were the most beautiful buildings um, that I had ever seen. To this day, those project buildings uh, in the projects of Chicago were the most beautiful buildings I had ever seen in my life. I mean, to this day, I've never seen a building that was more beautiful and more vibrant and more uh, useful. They were just absolutely gorgeous buildings. But if you had not, if you didn't have the knowledge, you wouldn't be able to see that. Most of the people living there just thought it was just garbage. They just threw trash everywhere. Um, they didn't respect it because somebody else had told them that these buildings are ugly, and they just believed them. But yeah, I came from the housing projects in Chicago, so I've been surrounded by poverty for many years. And so I wanted to bring you a video talking about why some people are poor. Um, Being rich is not about how much money you have. Being rich is not about how much money you have. If you have enough money, according to the dictionary, if you have enough money to pay for all of your expenses plus a little bit more, then technically you're rich. So there were no billionaires back in the day when the word rich was invented. There were no U.S. dollars back in the day when the word rich was invented, so they could not tell you if you've got, they couldn't tell you back in uh, the 1400s, they couldn't tell you, well, if you've got a million US dollars and you're rich, because the US didn't even exist back then. So, yeah, so these are, the definition I gave you for being rich is the real definition. If you have enough money to cover all of your bills, all of your expenses, and you still have some money left over at the end of the month, then technically you are rich. Uh, First reason why some people are poor: they don't have knowledge. Back in uh, back in um, back in 2006, I was confronted with a life-threatening situation that threatened to take my life, and it was an extremely dangerous, extremely painful, and excruciating uh, situation, now known as Havana syndrome. So I had a very excruciating, painful situation, and I didn't think I was gonna live. So suddenly I had this urge. I had been a little bit of a reader my entire life. I had been a little bit of a reader. I would read every once in a while when I got bored or out of curiosity. But when I had the life threatening situation in 2006, I just became an avid reader. I was going to the library. I remember that year I had a book report. I had to study. I was taking a class on the Cold War. I was taking a class on the Cold War, and I had to write a research paper on the Cold War. I was doing mine on the Korean War, which was part of the Cold War. So the name of the course was Cold War History, and I was focusing on the Korean War. Me and my group, we were focusing on the Korean War. So I had to go to the library and I had to get a book on the Korean War, and I was researching it. And then pretty much after I think I got A in that class, and after that I was just reading like religiously. I would go to the library and I would get I would I would be walking 1.5 hour, 2 hours each way between school and home, and I would have just like 6 or 8 books in my book bag from the library, and I'd be carrying this big giant book in my arms the whole way, and I just became obsessed with books, and I was reading. I started reading the Sandman series. I had this. Uh, I had this book. This isn't the same copy that I had back then, but this is one of the main books I was reading back then. The House book. As somebody who had been homeless for many times in his short life, I really loved just being able to see all the beautiful houses. And the ironic thing is that the project houses are not in this book, but they're the most beautiful houses I've ever seen. Uh, so yeah, so they don't have knowledge. So I started reading all these books, and sometimes up to 76 books in a year. Uh, uh, and I was just obsessed with knowledge. But most people think that books are a waste of time because there's no it's not a quick fix. You're not going to get quick cash from reading a book. You're not really I'll tell you, you're not really gonna get rich just because you read a book. You're not gonna. No, I mean, reading will give you knowledge. It'll give you the ability to better manage your money, but it's not. You're not gonna read a book on how to be a millionaire in 2 weeks, and then you're gonna be a millionaire. It's not gonna happen that way. But the money that you do have, getting back to the actual definition of being rich, the money that you do have will be spent in a more effective manner. So I mean, going to going to Harold Washington Library in the city of Chicago. There's somewhere along the lines of about 5 million books in that library. I mean, a wealth of information that you can get for free, and they've got a really good selection. They bring in new books every year, every month, really. They've got book themes. They've got themed book displays, books that you never would have thought of that are available for you, and but most people do not believe in reading books because books are not going to give you the quick fix. They're not going to give you that jolt of liquidity that will last you about a week, and then you'll be even more in debt than you were before. Um, so yeah, that's the first reason that a lot of people are poor. Second reason, they think that richness equates to money. So that gets to the first reason. They think that richness equates to money. So richness is not based on how much money you have. Uh, uh, the richest person in the world, the richest person in world history, Mansa Musa, the leader of Bali. of ancient Bali, had never owned a U.S. dollar, had never been had never owned a company that was on the New York Stock Exchange, had never been to New York. New York didn't exist. The United States didn't exist. U.S. dollars didn't exist. He never had a British pound. He never had a French franc. He never had a euro. He was never on the Shenzhen index. He never had a company on the Shenzhen index. So richness is not about how much money you have, particularly not fiat currency that's backed by nothing. Richness is not based on how much money you have. It's more based on your mindset. It's more based on your mindset. So uh, uh, I like to quote Felix Dennis, the British centimillionaire, the British centimillionaire. He said that if you have no money yourself, but all of your I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing. So he said that if you have no money yourself, but all of your financial needs are taken care of without you even having to think about it, then you're not going to be recognized as being rich, but you'll be the richest person in the world. And in a way, that's true. It's not about how much. It's not about how much U.S. dollar currency you have. The U.S. dollar is currently the world's reserve currency, but it hasn't always been the world's reserve currency, and pretty soon it's not going to be the world's reserve currency if you're watching the financial news. So being rich does not equate to how much money you have. It's a mindset. It's a mindset of being rich. It's a mindset of having a wealth of knowledge. Uh, uh, it's a mindset of spending less than you take in. It's you might not be able to afford a private jet. You might not be able to afford a yacht or a fancy car. But if you can cover all of your bills, actually pay your bills every month, and still have money left over, then you're technically rich. It's not based on a certain amount of money valued in U.S. dollars. Like I said, the U.S. dollar won't be the reserve currency for much longer. So yeah. So next one, they don't take care of their health. So um, uh, I used to be. I'm currently 6 foot. And basically, I'm 5'9" and 192 pounds. But back in, I guess, I don't even remember. Back in, I don't even remember. Was it? I guess 2013. I guess 2013. I was literally 265 pounds, and I was absolutely enormous. Not by American standards, but I was absolutely enormous by my standards, and I've got videos of myself on YouTube in which I am looking ginormous, and but I started seeing all these. I was seeing all these people. I had seen all these people in my neighborhood around Chicago. Uh, in my neighborhoods around Chicago who were getting their fingers chopped off, their hands chopped off, their feet chopped off, their toes chopped off, their entire limbs chopped off because of diabetes. And I was at this particular church where they were just cramming, they were just cramming junk food down our throats. And you know, prior to that, prior to that being 265 pounds, I was actually back in 2008 when I left my family. I was 148 pounds. 148 pounds. Uh, uh, so it's two sides of the same coin. You know, being 148 pounds when you're 6 foot tall is not healthy as a man. Being 265 pounds when you're 6 foot tall, and it's not muscle, it's all fat. If you got 265 pounds of fat at the age at 6 foot tall, and you're only 30 years old, that's not healthy. 28 years old, that's not healthy. So what I do is I eat really healthy. I'm recently doing a sugar purge in which I am reducing the amount of sugar that I eat. I replace my 2 liter of soda with sugar-free soda. I replace my sugary pancake syrup with the sugar-free pancake syrup. Carrie's sugar-free pancake syrup tastes amazing, by the way. I love it. So I'm using a lot more sugar-free stuff, and I'm going to the gym more often. Um, I'm going to the gym. I switched up to a more expensive gym because I I maxed out Planet Fitness. I maxed out Planet Fitness. It was hilarious. But anyway, yeah. So these are just some of the things that I'm doing to increase my health. Americans have obesity epidemic galore in America. Not only that, but with a strange situation happened when the coronavirus hit. Uh, when the health crisis hit, we started seeing a lot of people dying of cancer for some reason. A lot of people were dying of cancer. I don't know why that is, but yeah. So I eat a lot of healthy food. I'm drinking the Bolt House. I'm exercise. I'm going for a walk every morning. I'm stretching. I'm drinking water. I'm eating vegetables. I got some mixed nuts. I got some um, uh, lean protein. Lean protein. I love the lean protein. Some steaks and some stuff like that. So yeah. So premium steaks. So that's another reason why people are not getting rich because the greatest wealth you will ever have. The greatest wealth you will ever have is your health. The greatest wealth you will ever have is your health, and you need to sacrifice everything for that. Because it's not worth it to get $1 billion if you're in the hospital every day. So yeah, so the greatest wealth you'll ever have is your health, because you have to be in this body every day. Your physical and your mental health. You have to be in this body every day, and you have to think your thoughts every day. So it's important to take that into consideration. So uh, number 4, they don't invest. So the best investment, I mean, the only investment that's going to pay off is an investment in yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, invest in your health, invest in your happiness, because the stock market's not going to do it. The stock market's not going to do it. You're not from what I experienced. You're not gonna get anything special out of the stock market. I mean, the yield on an index, the capital gains on an index won't cover the increase in inflation. You're not very likely to pick a unicorn that's going to magically shoot up a billion percent. And if you pick a stock that's already expensive, then there's certain ways to make money at investing in things like stocks and real estate. and bonds and businesses, private businesses, and things like precious metals, things like that. But the issue is that the only investment that you can make that's guaranteed to pay off is an investment in yourself. So upgrade your knowledge, upgrade your skills, upgrade your attitude, upgrade your emotional life, upgrade your perceptions, upgrade everything about your life, uh, and then as a side effect, you will get that financial benefit. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you keep going, if you keep improving your life, then ultimately you will get there. So, the fifth reason that a lot of people are poor is that they leave it up to chance. So they leave it up to chance. So right down the street from my house is the local. There's a lottery ticket store right over there, and there's another one back over that way. So people in this neighborhood love the lottery tickets. They love to put up the chance. They love to think that they'll be the one that wins that $1 million pool of money. That I don't know what it's up to now. It could be up to 600 million by now. I don't know. But they all think they're gonna win the win lottery ticket, and like I'm gonna repeat what's been said a billion times on YouTube, is that most people who win these $300 million, $400 million lottery tickets end up even broker than they were before, because they don't because they're not rich. They're poor, but they have money. So, like I said before, your mind is where the real riches lie. It's not about how many U.S. dollars you have. It's not even about how much gold you have. It's about what's in your mind, because all the physical stuff can be confiscated. If you have skills, if you have knowledge and skills, then you can be rich in any environment. So that's all I wanted to talk about today is 5 reasons why many people are poor. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and share and comment. And thank you very much. Goodbye.